Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about managing state in Chatgpt apps. Chatgpt just opened up the ability for you to submit your Chatgpt applications, and it's been a crazy frenzy over the past few days with people submitting a ton of really amazing apps. I've been trying out a number of the apps that have been released from the Vercel app. There's a Supabase app. There's a Lovable Replit app. So many applications. So all these large organizations are beginning to flood their submissions in. And I think this is the reason why this is happening, because you have 800 million weekly active users on ChatGPT. This is becoming the storefront or the entry point for businesses today. So people realize that, and this is why it is such an amazing time for AI builders, for AI automation experts to start building these applications immediately. Start submitting your applications because this is a new channel for you to distribute your applications. Now, I've made some videos in the past showing you how to build ChatGPT apps, but I want to talk about state today. State is so important because this is how all the data is managed within your applications. So in today's video, that is specifically what we're going to be dealing with. So let's talk a little bit about state. Now, before we talk about state, I just want to show you an app that I'm currently building. It's a task management application. Now, I have gone through the lens of trying to build an actual application I'm going to be using myself to manage my own tasks. And so I'm using a task manager application. So this is what the task manager application looks like. I can ask to show me my current task list. It's going to be able to, show me those task lists. I'm going to be able to see the actual, sort of view, detailed view. I'm going to be able to, move it into different sort of states. I can save this. And then it's going to move it into a new state status. So now it's in progress. And now when I open up my application, you can see that I've moved that from not started to progress. So how is this going to work? How does this persist across different sessions and across different users? Because if you're building an application and you want other folks to be able to use it, there's so many of the things that you have to think about. And this is where state comes in. So this is what we're going to be going through. I'm going to be showing you how I've built this. Now, my tech stack is very, very simple. I'm using Supabase as my backend database. Pretty amazing tool for anyone who's building anything that requires a database. Pretty easy to use. So I'm using Supabase as the database. So all the tasks that are being created are being stored inside Supabase. But let's understand how to manage state within your ChatGPT app specifically, so you can understand exactly how to think through it. So now there are three categories you should think about when it comes to managing your state. So looking at the ChatGPT developer guide for Chatgpt Apps SDK, showing you exactly how to think through it. So there's the business data. So this is your authoritative data. This is the source of truth. This is where all the information lives. So when I create a task, I want it to go into somewhere. Because remember, ChatGPT doesn't provide you with data storage. It persists only within sessions, right? So those, within a particular widget, you can have some data. So you have to keep the data for your application, you have to keep in your own database or in your own backend service. So this is what I'm doing right now with my tasks, where they're stored in Supabase. They're stored in a PostgreSQL database. Now you have the UI states. This is more ephemeral, which means that it's not very long living. It's something that you might use to do like small UI manipulations here and there, like, maybe expand some data, capture, filter, just things that are happening within the usage of the actual application. And then this is about cross-session state. Like, what most people are using your applications, they're using it across multiple ChatGPT sessions. How do you ensure that, sort of the session data persists across as you kind of go between different sessions? And this is, where you talk about cross-session state. If you want to learn more about some of the data you also get from ChatGPT itself, I would encourage you to go to the reference guide and go under the user metadata from clients. This is what ChatGPT provides you when a request comes, when a tool call is made to your tool. These are the things that they provide you access with. This is so important for personalizing experiences and also for identifying who's coming in. They provide you with a locale. They provide you with a user agent. They provide you with user location. So where is this person at? And they also provide you with a subject. Subject is the anonymized user ID that is sent to these MCP servers. So you know, okay, this is the person who's sending me a message, and this is where they're coming from. So that way you can actually personalize how you want to solve or handle problems for them. So let's actually maybe do one more task here just to see if it's working. So I'm going to say, please help me create an item to make a video on how to publish ChatGPT apps. So here, once again, our tooling is gonna call a tool. So in this case, what are we expecting? Well, if we open this tool call right here, you can see the tool input here is create task. In the tool input, you're gonna see like the actual thing. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and authorize this so we can see the full thing. So the tool input here is the task that we're creating. And the tool output is something that looks like this. So we're creating a video, how to publish ChatGPT apps as the subject. You can see the user subject right here. So this is the key thing our agent is picking up. So it's been able to go pick it up. Now when I say show me my items board, again, now it's going to be able to go show me everything. So you can see this is what we're creating and this is what we're storing in the database. If we go into the database, you should see that we now have a third version. Create a video on how to publish ChatGPT apps has been added into our database. And if we go back in, we can look at our task board and we should see that now that we have 3 items, right? One is in progress. These 2 have not been started, how to publish. And you can open it up as well, right? You can open it up. You can see all the items here. Now, what are the things to keep in mind when you're thinking about how you can truly build ChatGPT apps that are transformational? Remember, this is a whole new interface for building. So there are things that come to my mind as I think about it. One of the things I've done is to say something like, so as an example, I can say, do some research about ChatGPT apps and create an item in my task board, including the details of the research you have done for a video on monetizing ChatGPT apps. Now, why I really love this approach in terms of like how we think about things, and I'm just going to close this for a second here, is that we're now using the power of ChatGPT, its research capability, all the things that it's able to do. We're telling it to then use all of that information and then create a task for us, which means that you're using the power of ChatGPT, combining it with your own tooling, and you're able to see some really interesting things. So if we look at this tool here, let's see what this tool is doing. So here is creating a task. It's sort of going through the process of creating this task. But first, it's actually doing a lot of work behind the scenes. So I'm going to go ahead and create a task, and we're going to see some of the work it has done behind the scenes here. So you see, it's gone and done a lot of that work behind the scenes. ChatGPT apps, feature all these types of things, and it's creating something for me. It's doing the research, searching the web, getting information about it, and then taking that information is going to store all the stuff it's captured inside my own tool call. So if you notice this, the first one was to create the task. The second item was just to do some search, do some research. You can see all the research it has done. And the third piece is going to be to update my task, right? It's going to update my task with all of that information that it has found. So when it updates my task, now I have like some of my work done. This is going to be the meta thing about using ChatGPT apps, is that you're using the power of ChatGPT and combining it with your own backend services to do a number of really, really incredible things. I am really excited about what this holds for us and what the possibilities are. So I hope you're building. If you have any questions as you're building along the way, I'm here to answer them. Obviously, we're learning as we go along the way. So if you like content like this, please feel free to subscribe and drop a comment. Also, we love to read them. I love to kind of hear what you're thinking. I love to hear about your ideas as well. What kind of stuff are you building? What kind of things do you have in mind that you're trying to put out there? I would love to hear about them. Until next time, do have a great one. Cheers.